minutes away from that 8 a.m. mark. It's a beautiful Thursday morning. My name is Kamene. In studio with us, of course, legend porn legend. This guy is the one who opened the door to what music was in Kenya. And you're still here very many years down the line.
I'm 20.
How old are you?
20 years.
How old are you though?
I'm ageless.
We achana na hizo nini answers za madem.
Nameless.
So hana jina, hana umri, nothing.
We kila kitu uliza unaongeza tu less hapo mwisho.
Less.
Ageless. Nameless.
Homeless.
Wajilete shida tu peke yako baby. You're by yourself. Anyway, we're talking about that epic moment in life. Yani maisha imekusunda kwa kona and things are thick and you're like, you know what? I'm either going to eat or be eaten. Na unasema, you know what, kaende mi skulu na kitu. And you have to make a very, very hard decision. But you're just like, you know what? Whatever
the case.
What was your epic, whatever moment?
Well, okay, there have been different moments, but what I'd say is for me, I remember when I got into the industry, right, as Nameless, I was also faceless, right? And why I say faceless, I didn't want people to know who I am because I'm like, the brand was growing, but I was truly careless, truly, below talk.
Things were thick.
Things were thick.
So you just wanted maybe hata ukiingia kwa mat, bado watu hawajui.
Si ndio? So nilikuwa na kipio kwa nasema, sasa brand ina grow. Lakini kakitu hamna. so I always remember like one moment, I don't know, was which I just before I'd finished campus. And I make a decision like, do I do this or do I cut it? Like just stop the pressure because you're feeling this pressure is growing. Alafu kuna mtu aliweka tu picha yangu. The press were really looking for my picture. Like, how is this guy going to remain faceless? Akakeka picture. So now everyone all of a sudden knows huyu ni Nameless. Even Kamfokas are like,
ni wewe.
Buda ni wewe. So now inabidi sasa unaingia mat tu hivi live tu hivi na watu.
So whatever it is.
Whatever it is, mimi Nameless. Jina kubwa lakini kakitu hamna.
Napanda 2 or 3 na wewe.
Tunapanda tu. Tunaenda gig pamoja. Mimi ndio na perform lakini ni sawa tu. And it was like, for me, I think that moment helped me separate being in the public and just living a real life. It helped that thing where you try and stop feeling the pressure of people. Because people will always give you pressure in the public,
Yeah.
They want you to be in a certain way. They want you to live in a certain way. They want you to chill in a certain way. Like that. And you're like, I was like, at that point, I was questioning myself. And I'm like, if I do that, then I'll have to live other people's lives.
And not your life.
And not my life. So I separated it. And I don't put things in a place that I know. So where I choose to live because it makes sense for me. Someone else will come and say, hey, you should live in this place. You should drive this. You should do this. I'm like, nah, me, I know where I am, I know what's going on. And I think that for me was a flip moment, of okay, you just do you and do what you love doing, but at the same time don't feel the pressure of the public because it's there. And I know it always is there.
I mean, nilichoka nayo. I quit that game. I was like, but hamtanipatia stress.
Yeah, man. So it just moved with it.
But I like what he said, that it was at that moment, that epiphany where he was like, you know what, it is what it is. This is my life. Hata kama jina ni kubwa, my reality is, bado tu nitapanda ma 3. Jana, Jalat would tell me how all his cars are in the garage and whatnot, and we're supposed to hang out, but I had some family obligation. So I was like, hey, maze bro, wache nikimbie. I can't take you to the office, wache nikimbie. Like, samani sawa, hamna shida, babe. I'm like, you'll be cool. He's like, hata mimi naweza toka hapa nje tu nipande ma 3. I was like, what? And he was like,
nikichukua mat jana. She did not believe.
Ulipanda?
Yeah.
Got her. Let me tell you why. That's so cool because even for me there are times I'll walk around. Yani kwanza home, I'm all around home. You just live. You can't say no, me Nameless. How? You can't live your life, man. You panda number 3.
Mi upanda.
And I was like,
so I was telling Kamene was surprised. Nikamwambia nitachukua Starbucks hapa. inaende tao, alafu sasa ni
They're saying it's so natural.
alafu nichukue 23 za kile.
Nikamwambia bro,
Lakini hata Uber Buddha.
Sasa Uber
Buddha. Jalash Uber.
Nachukua lakini so
But you wanted to feel the vibe.
Kuka hapo nikingoja na kula mat kwa barabara. I can angalia watu.
No, hapo unajua mimi niko nafikiria labda Uber.
Buddha.
Uber, the thing that I find funny.
This was yesterday.
That's what I'm saying. The thing I find funny. This time I did that. I reached a point I was like, and I remember when I was staying in South Beach. I'm like, nini. That time ukiada kana but I'm like, nataka kufika tu hapa.
Chukue tu mat na
nini.
nini.
Sasa mat. Back in the guys are like, look at it. Like, Nameless.
Like for real?
Believe, yeah. But me, I'm just like, man, I just don't want to feel the pressure. I want to enter this mat. I want to reach there. But nowadays, Uber. Sometimes I don't feel like driving.
Nini unataka tu
sina driver ka Jalash.
Kwenda huko mimi sijawahi kwa dada.
Sometimes na chuko Uber paka Uberia na ni check design ya.
So Nameless.
So but at the end of it lazima Buddha ni Nameless. Sema tu kweli. Sema David Mavendi mechua. Then I'm like, so good. And it makes me feel it.
I always like how Uber drivers sometimes uko ndani ya Uber ama taxi fa unastukia tu amesema so ana drive anaangalia pale kwa nimebeba nani.
I'm sorry, I don't relate to your struggles.
Oh yeah, you yeah, skills are the struggles too. Utazielewa siku moja.
Huyo ni nani? Then kaboom. Maybe simu inaingia. Alafu nani Uber. Back. Jalaja. But it gets to that point. It gets to that point in life where you have to decide, you know what, this is the direction I'm taking. But one thing I've always wanted you to tell me is, at what point did you just say, you know what, hizi makaratasi na maak nani kuchora nini
isi kitu yangu
weka kando. I know you still do it.
I do it on the side, but the funny thing is I was just telling Kamene just before we got on air that it was a transition for me. I was lucky my payrolls, we negotiated. Negotiate. Kaniambia, as long as grades zako ziko sawa, endelea. So I started growing as a brand. But at the same time school, na make sure yani hapo, nashikilia. Then I finished campus. I always remember I moved to SQ in South B. And I sat there and I'm like, dude, you love doing this stuff. Like you love it. And you're earning and you can start growing with it. Yeah. I just made that decision to say, I'm a musician. Like I love it. You know, initially I was doing it to pay my fees. Yeah. To, kucheza. Then I'm like, when I was finishing my 6th year, was when Ninanoki was hitting. And that song was big.
Huge.
Balancing campus 6th year with Ninanoki. I mean, with that hype.
The gig and the gigs coming.
Unaitwa gig important, paka ogopa na niambia skiza bro. Client amesema, kama Nameless hayuko, bibi achano na miss. Yet, my main exam is on Monday. So, unajaribu kusema sasa, your lectures watakuona, uko rugby RF, badala ya kufanya, you get your work. But when I finished campus, and I was there and I moved, and I looked and said, listen, I'm earning, and you love doing this thing. This can actually be a career.
It can make sense.
Because before we didn't really have people you can look and say it's a career. You look at it from out there.
Yeah.
But here, kakitu. So that decision of saying, let me just go with this thing. Yeah, was that point when I finished campus. You get my point? So initially I was in campus. I'm still in campus. So I'm still debating. Am I an architect? Am I a musician? Buddha nika realize, Buddha we ni musician ambaye ulistudy architecture. So kubali. This is your life. Like, I entered it, honestly speaking, and I'll be real, I didn't enter it knowing. I entered it because it's a passion. I like it. It's a vibe. I'm doing architecture, but I'm doing it and I'm like, Buddha, si unajua enjoy hii kitu. Aya, ukicheza hii kitu unaweza earn. Aya, ukicheza hii kitu, aya, Buddha.
Before you know it,
Buddha nanunua gari. Hiyo niliponunua gari ilikuwa big news inogopa.
I want you to keep it locked right here on the hashtag Kamene and Jalas. This guy is here with us, clearly full of so many stories.
Wow.
When the industry was not even an industry. To which we're going to pick up something that's happening in the industry. I've seen a new hashtag and I'm just like, miss me with this nonsense.